At the 2025 Bharat Mobility Expo, MG Motors India, they introduced two models. Now, one we are very familiar with because we saw it during the collaboration of MG and JSW. It's the Cyberster. But the newer entrant this year is this. It is called the MG M9 and it is an electric MPV. It was internationally called as MIFA, but now it's debuting here in India for the first time. It will surely be launched in India soon. So let us take a look at it in finer detail. And we have to begin with the way it looks. It is an electric MPV, so it doesn't have a conventional grille up front. But what you see is a very sleek LED bar on top and a very massive face. The fascia, it's really enormous and intimidating as well, despite being so humble looking. You get a chrome lip spoiler down below, and when you move to the side, it's here is where the proportion of this SUV, oh no, the MPV, it comes alive because it has a flat roof line with a large window area and a really tall girth. It has a really tall girth. When you look at it, it has presence, the road presence that you would expect from a big full-size MPV. It's all right here. But more importantly, what you get here is a sliding second row. We'll talk more about the cabin when we move inside, but look at it and how big it looks. Even these large alloy wheels, aerodynamically optimized one, they look dwarf in the front of the dimension of this car. Move to the back and it is a very handsome looking taillight design. It splits in the vibe design and one moves towards the wraparound and one goes down. It is an upright tailgate and what you would expect from a big family size MPV, it is huge. Now this is an electric tailgate and with the third row up, the space at the back is not that great. But for you to move your family around, you have to move down the third row. Now it should take some lessons from a vehicle such as the Carnival or the EV9. But overall the design aspect, it is one good looking car. Now it is a family MPV. So mind you, this won't be a very good driver's car. So everything that you see here, it's more for a chauffeur driven kind. You move in and there's a good thud to the door and you feel everything here inside the cabin. It's well laid out, if not flamboyant. The quality of material used all around is also really good, and right up there you have soft touch material over here. The center console is floating because there's no physical gear lever down here, gearbox down there actually. And then the steering, it's a two-spoke steering wheel which feels very light at the moment, and it will definitely feel more user-friendly when out on the streets. Now there is a floating touchscreen, there is a very small driver's display and it will show everything that you need to know for an MPV. But the real party piece is at the back. Let's go there. It has electric sliding doors and a step to get inside. And here is where the owner or the family man will be sitting. Electric doors, they do fold in with a touch of a button, and then you sit inside this seat. It's not just a seat, it's a proper sofa. It reminds me of one of those seats that you get in first class airliners. It has good space here for you, but the restriction is if you are more wider than the space offered here, you might feel uncomfortable. But on the plus side, this is a proper defined captain seat. There is soft touch material all around. But more importantly, there is a touchscreen provided on the armrest. On this armrest, you can actually control your seat movement. It has heating and ventilation and massage function as well. This large panoramic sunroof, and then the MPV, the USP of MPV shows up with the ottoman that moves out and gives you a proper recline angle. Now, as you can see, the ottoman, it comes out at a touch of a button, but more importantly, you can recline it the way you want it, and it will take me some time to get a hold of this touchscreen, but I'm pretty sure this will give me a good recline angle, and once there, this won't be the place I'll be leaving anytime soon. But more importantly, this third row, it's still large enough for a full-size adult, unlike some other three-row MPVs or SUVs. And also, you can move the seat to the left and the right. This is one of those seats where you can move to the right or to the left, move to the center or outside, depending on where your mood permits. Maybe there's light outside that is too bright, or there's a certain direction you want to be seated in. This is a cabin that has it all. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this reminds me of a proper first liner airliner, actually, the seats that you get there. So giving the same tribute, you get a folding table, which is popping out, and then you can do or complete your work right where you're sitting. You can use it as a food table as well. But that done, let's talk about more figures. Now this M9, it is available with one battery pack option. It gets a 90 kilowatt hour battery pack, and it has a power output of around 250 bhp and 350 newton meter. The claim range is 430 kilometers. Now when it will be launched here in India, we'll definitely try to test those figures, be it the performance one or the range. Now officially, MG India hasn't specified any launch timeline for the M9, but it might be one of the most important launches that might happen in this calendar year, that is in 2025. Pricing wise, it is still unsure what MG would price it at, because to make its mark here in India, they have to price it very attractively, at least for the first few lots. Once it goes on sale, it will already have a rival in the form of the EV9 from Kia, which is already grabbing eyeballs. There's no other direct rivals for the M9, but you can look at some full-size SUV at this price point. And that's all from me in this video. Stay tuned to Car and Bike for all the details from the Bharat Mobility Expo. See you around.